I'm going to log into somebody who has a TurboCourt account and is an attorney, but has not been creating filings yet. All right, so TurboCourt and e-services communicate with one another. In order for you as an attorney to file electronically through the TurboCourt system, we first need to verify you are who you say you are with e-services. This is a one-time only verification. Once you're verified, we will set a flag in TurboCourt that says, yes, we know who this is, e-services has told us, and they are fine to proceed with whatever filings they need to do. Okay? So I'm going to walk you through that verification. It's very, very simple. Everybody that is an attorney will have to do this, and it's, like I said, one time only. So when you log in and you're on your home page, you've got your user menu on your left, right? You've got your buttons across the top here. And then to begin filing, you're looking at the center area here, and if it doesn't show Connecticut, then just click the Change Jurisdiction link and navigate to Connecticut, and then we'll remember your setting from that point forward. So it'll always return you to Connecticut. And as you see here, it says Probate Court e-filing, and I'll click on the link that says, click here to start. From the drop-down list of where to file will be a list of the probate courts. So select the one that you're needing to file into. So whether you're initiating a new case or whether you're filing into an existing case, tell us which court you're going to be filing into. I'll go ahead and select Northern Fairfield. The location is automatically selected for me. And then I simply click Next. So here are my 4 paths, if you will, a fork in the road to go in 4 different directions. The first one is I'm starting a new case in this court. Initiating. Okay. The second choice is I'm filing into an existing case. Terrific. Tell us the case number. We'll see what happens. The third choice is called I'm requesting e-filing access to the case. Now this third choice is really more applicable to paralegals and legal assistants, essentially anybody who's filing who is not an attorney. And I'll explain in more detail about this in just a little bit. But essentially, as attorneys, you're going to have access electronically now through TurboCourt to all of your cases, closed, open, pending, all of the documents in those cases. You're going to be able to access all of that now through TurboCourt. But the paralegals and legal assistants can't because they're not on record as being a party to the case. But what if you want your paralegal to have access to those case documents? Well, this third choice is a way for them to request access to the case documents. So it says request e-filing access, but really what that means is I need access to the case documents on a particular case number because I'm working with this attorney and he or she wants me to have that access. Okay, so I'll demonstrate that a little bit later on when we shift our focus to paralegals and legal assistants. And then the fourth choice is I'd like to pay an outstanding balance. And so as I mentioned, the court may from time to time send you an invoice. You'll receive it electronically. You'll be notified in TurboCourt. You'll be sent an email about it. You'll be able to look at that invoice right through TurboCourt, and then you'll be able to pay that invoice if you so choose, also through the system. So in this first scenario, I want to, for example, start a new case in this court. I'm an attorney. So I click the first option, I'm starting a new case. And you'll notice below there's a checkbox here that says, check here if you are an attorney. So if I'm a paralegal, obviously I wouldn't, but I am an attorney. So I'm going to go ahead and check that box. When I click Next, TurboCourt says, hold on, we don't know who you are yet. We need to verify you with these services. So it's a very simple process. Provide your juris number. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'll click Next, and when I do, we ask e-services to tell us who they have on file for that juris number. And so here it's showing Heather Dostler and her contact information. Now, if that's me, great. If I mistyped it and it's somebody else's juris number, go back. change the number. Because you won't be able to get verified. All right, so I put in my juris number. eServices tells TurboCourt this is who we have on file for that juris number. Yes, that's me. Now I provide my eServices email address. My eServices email address, the email address that you have on file with eServices. That may or may not be the same email address you're using for TurboCourt. It's okay either way. You can use the same email address for TurboCourt that you're using for eServices. You can choose to use a different email address in TurboCourt than you're using for eServices. Either way is fine. But to verify you with eServices, we need to know the email address that you've got on file with them. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put in Heather's eServices email address. When I click next, we're going to ask eServices, is that the email address you've got on file? If it does, it will send this email, my eServices email address, an email for me to click on to verify that I am who I say I am. So that just happened. So let me go ahead and go back to my email. And we'll refresh. And there it is, Connecticut Probate Court e-filing verification. When I go to that email, there is a link that says verify my email address. When I click on it, once again, TurboCourt and eServices are communicating with one another. And once it gets verified, you'll see something like this. That's it. I am now verified by TurboCourt that eServices is who you say you are. So we set a flag, and from this point forward, you can proceed with any filings you need to do. So it's a one-time only verification, okay? So a quick note for those of you that are paralegals and legal assistants, you will be able to file on behalf of attorneys, initiating cases, filing into existing cases, paying bills to the court, whatever that happens to be. And because you're not an attorney, the extra step that you will take, which I will show you a little bit later on, is when you go to file, you'll indicate which attorney you're filing on behalf of, right? If that attorney has already been verified, we will know that, and we will simply let you proceed with creating and submitting the filing on their behalf. If, however, that attorney has not yet been verified, as you just saw, we will take you through that extra step to get them verified so that you can then proceed. And again, it's a one-time only verification. So if I click next, now that I've verified my juris number, TurboCourt's going to set that flag and allow you to proceed with whatever it is you're filing. In this situation, I was saying I wanted to initiate a new case, but whatever it was I was filing, I can proceed now. The other thing that happens when you verify your juris number is that you will immediately be sent a list of all of your open cases and your closed cases and basically all of your cases. It comes to TurboCourt messages area. I'll show you that in just a moment. So as I mentioned, you're going to get all sorts of notifications, not just status updates as to what's going on with your filing, but other messages that are going to be sent to you by the court. And this is one of them. Great, you've been verified. Here's a list of all of the cases that we have on you. Okay? You'll also receive that by email, assuming you've got email turned on. So I'm going to click on my home button right now. I'm not going to proceed with that particular filing. And what I'm going to do is show you in your user menu this area that says messages, this link that says messages. This is your messages area. This is all of these incoming messages and notifications that are coming to you from the court. And it will tell you the number of unread messages you have. So this says I've got 4 unread messages. You'll also see that right here front and center. You have new messages, 4 of them. We do that because even though you've got the messages link in the user menu, you might miss it. And so the moment you log in, if you've got any new messages that you haven't seen yet, it's going to be right there front and center for you to see that. Now, when you choose to look at them is up to you, of course, but we want to bring that alert right to your attention. So I could click, for example, on that number 4. It'll show me all the messages I have. 4 of these I haven't read yet. And sure enough, that most recent one, you are listed as an active party. on the following cases, and then my list of cases. Now, you may have a much longer list of cases, but whatever it is, this is going to be your list. And if you are sent that email, because if you have the email notifications turned on, you'll have the list of cases in the email as well.